Hello everyone. So today it's the 25th of February 2024. So it's a special day because it's the first time that I'm recording this kind of video in which I share the process of building a project directly in live, and today actually it's the 25th day of the seed project. So just to give you a little bit of context, I started the seed in the 1st of February, and the aim of the project was to design a solution that is related to a problem which is in the gardening or the farming industry. Why? Because actually I like gardening. As I mentioned in my previous LinkedIn posts, I'm doing gardening in a community garden in the southeast of France for 4 years now, and I love this activity since I was a child. So I wanted to make a project that is related to something that I love, and the aim is to make something big, to build a startup from this idea. And the purpose of sharing this, I can say that I have two main goals. The first one is to show how to make an idea or how to transform an idea from just a concept or just some reflections to a startup or to a company that generates money. And the second goal, I forgot it. The second goal, I don't remember. I had two goals. The first one was to share, and the second I forgot. Okay, no problem. So yeah, I'm remembering. Actually, by sharing this process, inversing or reverting I'm reverting the process of building a project, because during the last few years, so basically during the last 4 or 5 years after I have graduated from the high school, from the university, from the school, the engineering school, I started to build some project in secret basically. So during the evening and during the weekends, I'm building something in my room, but I have never shared them with anybody. And then actually I made them and I managed to put them in production, but I have never managed to sell something. Basically, I built the project, I built the idea, and then I stopped there. So I put the website, basically they are websites. I put the website in production and then no selling. And when I made some reflections, I found out that the part that was missing is the marketing part. And it seems that I'm not a marketing guy. So the idea is to share this with the public, is to overcome this, let's say, this lack of, or the lack of this capacity, the marketing part. And by sharing this process, so now I'm a little bit confident about myself and about telling people that I'm doing something. because if we don't tell people that we are selling something, we will never sell anything. So this was the two main objectives. Two objectives. First, share the process of building, and the second is to improve the marketing capacities. Okay. And also basically I can add a third project is to apply some theoretical UX concepts that I have learned during the last year. So in the last 25 days or 24 days, I started by meeting some peoples, trying to understand their pain points, even though I did not do a lot of interviews. I thought that I can at least start building something and in the same time keep interviewing people and keep searching for a problem. But I think after 20 days, I have this idea in my mind that is telling me build something. As a developer, we are like this eventually, because okay, I understand that there is some theory that we should focus first on defining the problem and then start the solution and not jumping directly to the solution. I have the feeling that I'm doing the second process or the second kind of process, but it does not matter. I think, okay, we have some so, but it does not matter. Let's build and keep the process iterative, and we improve during the process. And the idea is to keep communicating with the users or with the targeting users or with the potential users. So as I shared yesterday, I started to sketch some interfaces. Basically here we can see that I'm imagining a manager of a community garden. So as I said in my previous LinkedIn posts, I'm gonna focus on, for the beginning at least, on building a solution to manage community gardens. And here I started by the first user, or by the first form of user, which is the manager of the garden. Basically, generally the community gardens here in France at least, they are managed by what we call associations, and they are like non-lucrative organization that try to build something in a city, or in a city. So here I'm focusing on this type of user. So here, if I can resume, basically this user will start first by landing on our website. For example, he is searching for a solution to manage the garden. So he will land in our website, and I think the first thing that he will check is what are the features that are provided by this application or by this company. So we need to show the user what we are able to do without any subscription. So I think I put it somewhere. So here, without any payment or any subscription. Basically, the user, when he lands or she lands on our website, we need to provide something that allows him to test, to evaluate our solution, and to know what we are offering. And we need to be clear also about the pricing. Basically, we can have like a demo that shows what we are able to do. And we need also to be clear about the price, because the idea behind this is to earn also money, to earn money also. Okay, it's something that I love, but when we build business, if there is no money, if there is no cash, there is no business and there is no company, basically. We can be very cool and so on when we say we will provide this for free, but it's not the idea here. The idea here is to earn money. And I don't see that there is any problem with that. Just to be clear from the beginning. Okay, clear about the price. I have some numbers here in my mind. Basically, it's like a subscription that will cost 100 or 200 per year for each garden. Why 200 or 100? Basically, I'm thinking that in a community garden, there is, in average, let's say 20 plots, which will cost basically €1 almost, or €1 per gardener during a year. €1 per month for each gardener. So basically it will be €20 per month. And if we multiply them by 12, we will have something like 240. So then if I can say that, okay, if the average is 10 gardeners, we stay with €1. So we will go to 120. And then we can make some adjustments to go to 199 or something like this. But okay, for the moment, the price is not important. If I can make one user use my solution, even without payment, then we can be sure that the need is here. And at least from my previous experience during the last 4 years, there is a small need, I would say, but there is a need. And then we will confirm this by interviewing other people, because I started to discuss with some members of my community garden and I feel that there is a need here. So then I started to look at what's the first step that this person can do. And basically here, okay, it's just a button, central button to start creating a garden, basically. We click here and then we will have like a screen in which maybe we can add some plots. Here I can have some types like a plot or a water source, or an area to walking area. We can have some types here and we can add them by dragging or dropping. And I'm focusing here like in the mobile first approach. It could be the right approach or not, but this is what I'm doing currently, just to keep the space small, and then we can have other versions, adaptive versions for more large screens. But for the moment, this is the idea. And then, so here we can have some forms, basic forms, to add some, to add, for example, a garden. Here a screen by adding, so here actually it's not even the garden, because, okay, but I started to think about it, but then I jumped to how to add a gardener, and we have basic information to ask for. Basically here the full name, I don't know if there is maybe a companion, like we have two persons that represents a family and they are both in the same plot or in the same garden. Then we can have the sex of the person, the phone number, the email, maybe the address, the physical address, and why not some banking information, but I'm not sure. Actually, I want to avoid storing this kind of information. And we can have a photo or an avatar. Then we will have basically the CRUD operation. What we call the CRUD is the creation, the read of the information, and here we are listing the gardeners that we have already created. So we can have the photo here, the basic information, and if it is associated to a plot, we can have the number of the plot. Here, I don't know why I jumped to the plots, but I need to have, okay, so, but here we need to have like an update of the gardener. So here we can have actually the gardener details. So here we have two read operations, one to list all the gardeners and one to list the details of one specific gardener. And then we can update this information. Then here, so here are the operations that are related to the gardener, and I started to list them actually here. So we should be able to add a gardener, update a gardener, delete a gardener, list all the gardeners. We should be able also to assign a gardener or a plot, actually, a plot to a gardener, and we should be able also to remove the link between the plot and the garden, or we update this link. Basically, if I have gardener 1 associated to plot 1, I can change gardener 1 to be associated to plot 2, or to remove it. I can remove it from the garden, completely from the garden, and he or she will not be associated to any plot. And maybe we can also remove all the information. So basically here it's the idea, and we should be able to update the plot assigned to the garden. This is what I was saying actually. Then we have the management of the plots. Basically here I jumped directly to the list of plots, but we need to have also a screen in which we can add a plot by specifying maybe the length or the width, also the position, the number, and then we can assign it to a gardener, and the same operation will be present here. So here the status, so I can resume because actually I don't have a lot of time to spend today, but I wanted just to do this experience of sharing the information or more details about the project and the process, so we can continue doing some sketches. And here, so I will put the date as usual. So we are the 25 of February 2024. It's the seed project, and then I will draw some lines. Actually, I can have like here 3 screens, can have 3 by 3, and here also I can have some technical issue here because I'm recording and the space is not optimal, and I need to fix this issue. So let's say I have here 6, so 12 possible screen. So I need to basically choose a feature from here because I have some events management, the budget, the calendar, some notification, and some tools management. So let's focus on the events. let's say, okay, so for the events I will have the creation of an event. So here we can have add event. So to add an event, we need to precise the title. We need also to specify the date. Maybe some description about the tasks to be done, or a list of tasks. You can have a list of tasks, and then we can add them. And I think that's all. Then we confirm. Then we can have the list of tasks. The most recent are highlighted or put in the front ground. And then we can have the historic events. And then if we click on an event, we can have the details. Basically here, for example, for the upcoming events, we can have still the same information, actually title that we have put, the date, and the tasks to be done. And if it's already done, and maybe also the people that are gonna participate, for example, that have been confirmed, and maybe the people that have declined, and the people that have not responded, for example. So here, as you see, so I'm not clear about, so here it's in my mind actually what I'm saying, but here I can clarify a little bit. For example, here I have pending, but it will not be like this, but just to clarify the ideas that are in my mind. And here present, and here, for example, absence. This is the details. And we can also update, for example, some information here. We can make some updates, and so as usual we put all the information and we confirm. And then maybe we can archive an event or delete it. Delete or archive. Delete. And here we need to be sure that, so before deleting, and I'm thinking about the concept of deleting and archiving, and basically to avoid losing any information, we can start by doing the archiving, and after some period, or maybe we can ask another time, so we can list all the archived element, and if the user asks to delete an event or any resource, so we delete it completely from the database. So this is about the events, and I think that I'm gonna stop here for the moment. So for today it's enough, and maybe I will start to do this every Sunday. I share this kind of experience. So thank you for watching, and I will keep you up to date about the seed project. If you want to follow, just subscribe to the channel. And I hope that after 1 year of doing this, we will have a very good startup, maybe with this idea and maybe with another. So we don't know what the future is. So we don't know what the future gonna give us. So let's see. Have a good night. Thank you.